Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Music Mondays podcast. I'm your host, Tom Slays. Welcome to my friends. Happy Monday. This is episode 261 of the Music Mondays podcast, and your first episode of season 12. A whole new 10 episodes are underway, my friends. I hope you're all staying warm and chilling and, you know, taking this winter however you can, man, because currently the East Coast got fucking slammed with some snow, so um, it's like absolutely insane outside. So yeah, I hope everything's been well for all you guys. But this is our first week back with some reactions, right? Because last week was episode 260, and that was the 2025 Music Mondays Awards. Again, congratulations to all of our winners. You guys are fucking amazing. Congratulations to all of our nominees. And if you guys missed last week's award show, that is available on all platforms right now, so definitely go check that out. But we have some things to dive into today, man. So today's going to be a good one because, like I said, our first show with reactions back, so that'll be fun. We have a pretty stacked list tonight. Lots of Patreons, some familiar faces and whatnot. So that'll be good. But we're gonna kick the show off per usual. We're gonna do some weekly recap stuff. We're gonna talk about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next couple of weeks, especially in 2026. Then we're gonna talk recruiting. We're gonna talk exclusives. We're gonna do a little bit of community feedback, and then we're gonna dive into some reactions and reviews. So it'll be a solid show. I'm excited, but let's get into it, my friends. So, kicking off episode 261, let's go over some weekly recap jazz. So, per usual, Music Monday's basic logo t-shirts are available and in stock right now. We still have smalls, mediums, and larges. $20 flat shipping rates, obviously United States only, just because we don't want to crush you guys with shipping costs overseas. So again, just try to keep it to the States only. But again, $20 including shipping. We still have a few of those left. You should see a post go up over the next few weeks about that as well. And then heading into Tuesday, every single Tuesday we kick off submissions for the following week's Music Mondays podcast episode. So if you're interested in getting your submissions heard, make sure you follow us on your preferred social medias to find out when submissions do go live, because those do go live every single Tuesday. So just keep that in mind. Heading deeper into Tuesday, we do have some early access Patreon content that does go live. We do upload the Music Mondays podcast in full high quality over there on our Patreon early before it goes live anywhere else. Again, for you to record, clip, download, anything like that. So that is available over there on the Music Mondays Patreon, along with a complete archive of all of our Music Mondays podcast episodes. So definitely go check that out for sure. That's Tuesdays. Heading into Wednesdays, we kick off Wednesday with SoundCloud Sunday submissions, so those do open every single Wednesday. So again, like I said, make sure you follow us on social media and stay up to date for all of our latest playlists, podcast submissions, articles, and things like that, right? So again, SoundCloud Sunday submissions do open every single Wednesday. Then we end off Wednesday with some audio podcast promo for the following day, because Thursdays, that week's episode of the Music Mondays podcast does drop on all audio platforms. So relatively stacked Wednesday. Heading into Thursday, we did drop a brand new YouTube upload. Thank you for 2025. It was kind of the closing segment for last week's award show. So that is available right now on the Music Mondays YouTube channel, where I kind of just break down and thank the community for all you guys' support in 2025, right? So that YouTube upload is available right now on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. So definitely go check that out and go show that some love. And of course, on Thursday as well, episode 260, the 2025 Music Mondays Awards are available on all audio platforms. That's Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all that good jazz. So definitely go check that out. And huge shout out to all of our winners for the 2025 Music Mondays Awards. You guys are awesome. Fucking get it, baby. That was Thursday. Let's see here. Heading into Friday. Again, pretty stacked Friday. We dropped a brand new article, a review by the homie M. Bischoff on the Music Mondays staff team. So definitely go check that out. We're kicking off 2026 pretty hot with articles. So again, make sure you go check out the Music Mondays homepage, and definitely go show all of our latest pieces some love, man. And huge shout out to M. Let's fucking get it. That was Friday. Heading into Saturday, episode 261 of the Music Mondays podcast is available right now on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. So again, if you prefer the YouTube version of the show, that is live, and it does go live every single Saturday. So definitely go check that out. And again, congratulations to all of our winners for the 2025 Music Mondays Awards. You guys are fucking awesome, man. Thank you. That was Saturday. Heading into Sunday, SoundCloud Sunday volume 223 is available right now on the Music Monday SoundCloud. That was curated by me, and the cover art was done by the homie 63 of the Music Mondays staff design team. So definitely go check that out. Go show that some love. If you got placed on SoundCloud Sunday, volume 223. Definitely go show it some love. And a huge shout out to all you guys that did submit and tuned in to SoundCloud Sunday, man. You guys are awesome. Again, make sure you share the playlist with your friends. Make sure you share the playlist with people that need new music and things like that, right? Because it's not only for us as artists, but SoundCloud Sunday is a really great way to get some unfamiliar people interested in underground music, right? So definitely go check out SoundCloud Sunday. And again, submissions do open every single Wednesday for SoundCloud Sunday. That takes us into today, Monday, January 26th, 2026. So we're chilling. This is episode 261 of the Music Mondays podcast, and that was your weekly recap, my friends. We got Ghost in the chat. Welcome on in, my friend. Happy Monday. Let's fucking get it, baby. Hope you're well. Hope everything's good with you, my friend. Hope you had a solid week. Let's see here. So that's recap stuff. Let's talk about what we have coming over the course of the next couple of weeks. So now that the Music Mondays Awards is completely finalized, we have all of our winners. The show is available right now for you to go and watch back everywhere. So now we are in a brand new year. So that means I have to finalize some graphic stuff for Music Mondays. Again, logo staying the same, but we're going to refresh all of our graphics when it comes down to the website, a lot of our social media posts and stuff like that. So that'll be my next big task in the background. And then once that's finalized, I think we're going to start looking at some Cyberfest 3 stuff, looking at dates for that, and keep the train pushing, right? But I think the first big thing that we're going to deal with is quite literally the graphic refresh, get some refreshing graphics, get some new stuff in. Just because, of course, like over the course of a year, I like to switch it up at least like yearly, right? Switch up the colors, things like that. So that'll be a big thing as well. And then a lot of our YouTube and other playlist content will be returning for 2026 as well, right? When it comes down to some of our video interviews, Feature Friday, Workshop Wednesday, the breakdown, some of our SoundCloud playlists across the pond, the monthly, Underground Classics, all those will be returning for 2026. So definitely look out for some upgraded versions of those as well. Yeah, outside of that, a lot of your regularly monthly and weekly content will be staying the same. So big things first, graphic refresh, Cyberfest 3, and that should take us into like the beginning of summer-ish. So we'll kind of see what's going down there, but that's sort of like a little mini roadmap. And then, of course, some fun stuff on the side, some surprises here, there, and some stuff that we've been working on in the background, right? So, per usual, I'll be updating you guys weekly here on the show with any updates when it comes down to the Music Mondays platform in general, right? I'm good. What about you? We are Gucci, my friend. We are good. Another Monday in the books. We got Sam's Raps in the chat. Let's fucking get it, baby. Let's get it. Hope you're well. Happy Monday. So let me get a drink here, and let's see what else we got to talk about. So, we did recap stuff. We did what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next couple weeks. What's next? Let's talk about recruiting. So per usual, Music Mondays is recruiting. We are on the hunt for all of our Music Mondays staff roles. If you're a writer, designer, curator, journalist, you want to do short form content, you want to do long form content for Music Mondays, you want to do any type of content for Music Mondays, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email, because we are recruiting. Again, resume preferred, but definitely not required. If you're kind of new to the underground independent media space, we definitely have time to teach you and kind of show you the ropes when it comes down to that as well, right? So again, we are recruiting. And then outside of that, we do have a 2025 Music Mondays staff role guide where I kind of dive into all the Music Mondays staff roles in a little bit more detail when it comes down to your content, when it comes down to your schedule and things like that. So if you're interested in that, that is available on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. And that will be getting updated for 2026 as well. So that'll be exciting. You'll definitely see me do that here on the show relatively soon, for sure. But again, Music Mondays is recruiting. And home gives. Oh hell yeah, Sam's. Let's get it, baby. Baseball lessons, a little grind. It was probably fucking freezing today. It was probably freezing. Recorded a few verses today for a secret collab project. Let's fucking go. We absolutely love that. Working with talent and artists right now at the moment. So new must be on here because you're good. Oh, so we got a new face coming in, Ghost. We got a new face. I like that. I like that. We're always down for the new faces, man. We're always down for the new faces. But yeah, I think a couple more things to go through. So let's talk about exclusives. So again, Music Mondays is on the hunt for exclusive. Is if you have a unreleased SoundCloud track that you like to have hosted and promoted on the Music Mondays SoundCloud for completely free, and of course across all of our social media, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. Again, we're only interested in unreleased content. So feel free to do whatever you want with the track afterwards. You want to go put it on platforms, you want to go do a music video, anything like that is completely fine. We're only interested in the SoundCloud version, right? Alongside that, when it comes down to YouTube, same thing there. We are on the hunt for some YouTube exclusives when it comes down to any music videos, AMVs, lyric videos, even if you just want some audio hosted on the Music Mondays YouTube channel of over 300 subscribers, and of course promoted across all of our social media for completely free. Definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email, because we are interested in your exclusives and we want to give all of your tracks a good home, right? So, outside of that, one last thing we got to go through is some community feedback, because we've been busy this month with a lot of Music Mondays Award stuff, right? We've been talking about that a lot here on the show. So we obviously had to put community feedback on the wayside. So let's dive into that next. Third beat pack? Holy shit. Yeah, you guys are cooking, eh? Third beat pack? Let's go. So yeah, let's talk community feedback. For those of you that are frequent Music Mondays viewers, we do have a monthly segment here on the show titled Community Feedback, where I kind of give you guys in the community in general some opportunities to kind of let us know what you want to see, not only here on the show, but on Music Mondays in general, right? You want to see us interview certain people, you want to see us talk about a certain topic on the show, you want to see us do some more tips and tricks stuff, you want to see certain types of content here at Music Mondays. This is the time to do it. So again, like I always say, if I'm not experienced or like qualified enough to talk about something, you guys know I never do. So we're always interested in bringing some people here on the show that might be able to speak on certain topics that I might not have the knowledge of, right? So there's always that. And then of course we have a ton of underground tips and tricks on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. But I'm always happy to re-go through a lot of those topics, right? Because I think a lot of those videos are kind of like relatively older in the channel anyway. So I think revisiting a lot of those ideas would definitely be a good idea for sure. So that'll be exciting. But outside of that, again, if you have any ideas or any content you want to see on Music Mondays, like I said, any of those things are completely open and available. So definitely let us know. Again, we do have a 2026 roadmap for Music Mondays. You guys know that we're never like short on content, right? But we always want to hear from the community and get you guys' opinions on certain things, or maybe some of you guys kind of want to see certain shit on the show, you want to see us interview, react to something, you want to see us talk about X, Y, or Z, that'll kind of be the place to do it, right? So again, community feedback number, I think this is like 30 or 29. We are pretty deep in community feedback, man, but this will be available on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. So again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I think we're only like 8 subs away from 340. And we do upload every single Thursday, every single Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. W, it's been a while since we did community feedback. We got Pipsqueak in the chat, aka Filter. Let's get it, baby. Welcome on in. Happy Monday, my friend. Hope everything's well. Let's fucking go. Okay. So, that's pretty much everything, my friends. I think we can hop over to Twitter and see what our submissions are looking like, my friends. Let's get into it. So, per usual, submissions are always in the same format every single week, as you guys know, and they'll always read. Artists and creatives submissions are open for live reviews on Music Mondays, live on January 26, 2026 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is here and now, twitch.tv/SonPlays. If you'd like to have your, if you'd like to submit your music, artwork, fashion, or digital creations, drop your links and portfolios below. Contrary to our name, Music Mondays, we've reacted to pretty much everything here on the show. Obviously, vocals, instrumentals, unreleased music, merchandise, photography, videography, digital art, unreleased vlogs, covers, remixes, whatever, you know, we've literally reacted to it all. So again, feel free to drop anything if you feel like you deserve some spotlight here on the Music Mondays podcast. And of course, all art forms are welcome. Again, we do have a 3-hour show limit here on the show, just to make the show a little bit more palatable to watch back every single week. Again, one could argue that a 3-hour show is still a little bit long, but definitely not as long as some of our earlier shows, right? So again, just keep that in mind. We do like to cap the show off at about like 3 hours or so, right? So just keep that in mind. And again, submissions are free. They always have been free, and they always will be free. But the only thing that we do ask here is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter before you do submit. Again, like I always say, submissions are free. They always have been free, and they always will be free. But the only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter before you do submit. Again, that not only helps grow our platform and spread our message, but that also pays respect to everybody else that does wait for their submissions to be reacted to every single week here on the show. And again, you gain access to a whole wonderful, wide community of very, very talented artists and creatives, right? So, kind of a win-win. And of course, outside of that, Patreon subscriber submissions are played first every single week here on the show. So if you're subscribed to the Music Mondays Patreon at any tier, whether that be basic, advanced, or premium, you gain access to what is called the Music Mondays Fast Pass. So again, for the duration that you're pledged to the Patreon, that allows all of your submissions to be played first every single week here on the show, which again, kind of an advantage because you're played at the height of viewership, of course, but also when people go and watch the show back, you're one of the first submissions that people do see. So again, kind of a win-win. But never any pressure. Huge shout out to all of our Music Mondays Patrons. You guys are awesome. Outside of that, one other thing we do got to mention is that submissions do close about a couple hours before the show starts. So again, a good rule of thumb is that if the show is live, submissions are closed. Realistically, we are a live show, so we like to keep things free flow and in a very organic order as well. So that's one of those things where, again, submissions do close about a couple hours before the show starts, just so we can get a proper head count and make sure that if, anybody has like a late submission, they don't cut somebody off that submitted, way earlier, right? So just keep that in mind. And again, submissions are open every single Tuesday following the live show. So again, you have probably about like 6.5 or so days to get your submission in. So completely plenty enough time, right? But outside of that, if you have any more questions, concerns, or anything like that, we do have a 2025 How to Submit to the Music Mondays Podcast guide on our YouTube channel right now, where I kind of break down the Music Mondays Podcast in a little bit more greater detail. We talk about the lore. We talk about why we take submissions on Twitter and X, Y, or Z, right? So again, if you're interested in that, definitely go check that out. And that's another thing that'll be getting updated for 2026. I kind of want to revisit that video and just update that guide for anybody who may not be aware. Right. Well, that's that, my friends. Let's see how many Patrons and how many submissions in general we have tonight. Also, I got an idea for you, by the way. I'm down. Spit it. Let's hear it. Absolutely. Okay. So I think we have a decent amount of Patrons tonight. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So we're kicking off the show with Laveries. That's 1. Then we got Kale. That's 2. Then we got TDG. And then Jordan. And then Ghost. Wow. We have a lot of Patrons tonight. That's huge. Shout out to the Patreon crew, man. You guys are fucking wonderful. Okay, so we're kicking off with TDG, a very, very talented hip-hop artist and producer. Or no, I'm sorry. We're kicking off with Laveries. Scratch that. TDG's a little bit later. But again, a very talented hip-hop artist. Laveries came through with some unreleased on their alternate SoundCloud account. Now, again, Laveries had a stellar 2025, especially when it comes down to their music, their progression, and their content, especially their content. And even some of the shows that we got to react to here on the Music Mondays podcast was fucking awesome. So, shout out to Laveries. We're definitely going to have a good 2026. But again, they submitted a track titled Grind. Let's pop this over a new tab. Let's see what we got here. I'm down. Laveries is really like I never realized like how much of a backlog Laveries has on the second account. I was like, damn, Laveries really like has a lot of like just unreleased, just chilling. I was like, damn, like fuck. You do a day like Wednesday where it's day to submit on Insta. There's a lot of artists who are not on Twitter. Yeah, we've definitely thought about that for sure. That's definitely been a conversation. 100%. 100%. But so we have some unreleased here. This will be very interesting because the last few Laveries bangers here have been really solid. Like really, really fucking solid. He has a lot, literally, I was like, damn, what the fuck? But nonetheless, let's get into it. Laveries Grind. Let's go.
I gotta stay up on my grind. I can't be late to get this money, I'm on time. It's pretty late, keep demanding I'm on time. And I can't chill cause I'm steady on my grind. I gotta stay up on my grind. I can't be late to get this money, I'm on time. It's pretty late, keep demanding I'm on time. And I can't chill cause I'm steady on my grind.
Yo, Aries, why the fuck these niggas acting scary? We been on the top of our cream like a cherry. These niggas acting funny, yeah, they acting like some fairies. My hands in the dirt and they
Body, I'm a berry. What did you
think this was. I keep disposing of all of these lames, using no mask and gloves. Inside of my element, I go insane, you cannot fuck with us. I flip my board, I flip my style, and I got thunder trucks.
I'm feeling like it up. I gotta skate, I'm on my grind. I can't be late to get this money, I'm on time.
Comfy.
Pretty late, keep demanding, I'm on time. And I can't chill cause I'm steady on my grind. I gotta skate, I'm on my grind. I can't be late to get this money, I'm on time. It's pretty late, keep demanding, I'm on time. And I can't chill cause I'm steady on my grind.
My pretty bitch want on my time, so I'ma give her that, yeah. And I got stacks that's hella fat, so she gon' throw it back, yeah. I want more cash, she don't like that, so she keep getting mad, yeah. She pretty petty, I'm petty too, so we go tip and tat, yeah. I flip my board and I put numbers on that shit, oh yeah. I run the game and that buddy underneath telling me it's not fair. And I knew what I had to do if I told you you wouldn't dare. Nope. I just look good in my bitch too, so everybody stop and stare.
I gotta skate, I'm on my grind. I can't be late to get this money, I'm on time. It's pretty late, keep demanding, I'm on time.
Wow.
And I can't chill cause I'm steady on my grind. Yeah, I gotta skate, I'm on my grind. I can't be late to get this money, I'm on time. It's pretty late, keep demanding, I'm on time. And I can't chill cause I'm steady on my grind.
Huh. Okay. So this is one where you can tell it's definitely got like a stage to it. Like if this keeps getting worked on, this could be an insane fucking track, right? So again, with this being just a demo in mind, right? We'll keep that as we kind of go over this track, right? But again, the thing that kept coming to me when I was listening to this was it's just comfy. You know, it'd be something that I'd smoke to. It'd be something that like you could really listen to like easily like in the morning or at night. You know what I mean? It's one of those songs that's not doing too much, you know? They had a formula and they kind of stuck with it. And I think it worked out for them, for sure. But again, this is a sort of like duo thing that I was talking about with Laverius as well, as to where they work so well with almost any feature, you know? And I feel like the hook really brings this one together too. So, with that said, let's talk about it. Let's break down. We're going to talk about three things here. We're talking about the instrumental. We're talking about vocals. We're going to talk about the overall theme of Grind. Relatively obvious theme, right? But obviously we're still going to break it down. Instrumental. A very interesting choice. But Laverius has kind of proven in the past that they can really kind of write and go in on like any instrumental anyway. They're not really like an interesting choice in that regard. But it's definitely got more of like a relaxed tone, you know? So I do like the choice. And I felt like that kind of like adds into like that comfy feeling that I got, right? But instrumental makes, again, even with this being a demo, I feel like the instrumental itself is really solid. You know, nothing too loud, nothing too crazy levels wise. Sound selections are great. Drums cut through really nicely actually. Like I said, quality was good, levels were good. Nothing I would like ultimately gripe about, you know, especially even with it being a demo. Yeah, no real gripes thinking back on it. So, instrumental makes solid. Instrumental shining star. I kind of want to say the drums. You know, drums keep coming to mind here on this one, but the melody's kind of bringing that like comfy sort of mood that I was talking about, right? So you could kind of go either way there. I think structure is definitely worth having in the conversation too. But I think my gut's saying drums, so I think we're gonna go with drums here, just because it gave it enough bounce and enough like pressure that it needed, you know, because it is a very like relaxing kind of laid back sort of song. So I feel like the drums kind of give it a little bit more grit, so to speak, right? So instrumental solid, definitely in drums. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. So again, with this being a demo in mind, I like it a lot. You know what I mean? Like once this is hitting like a final product that they kind of both really enjoy, I could see this being a fucking banger. I mean, it already is a banger, right? But in demo terms, but yeah, no real gripes. I like the kind of like drowned out effect that the hook has as well. I feel like that also kind of contributes to like that chill, comfortable feeling that I was sort of seeing, or feeling, I should say. But yeah, yeah, no real gripes with this, especially like mix wise. I mean, levels were good, nothing like super clashy or too overbearing. Drums definitely cut through nicely for everything. Vocals sat nice. Like again, like the blueprint is there. Like you just really need just like a final version. Because I have no real gripes with this. To be real with you. Um, so vocal mix when it comes down to it, even with it being a demo, solid for where it's at. Definitely solid. Obviously, hopefully they continue to kind of like push this idea, right? Um, but vocal shining star. Um, hmm. I like both of their writing. Very like cocky, braggadocious, kind of like not give a fuck writing. And then the other thing that comes to mind too, for sure, is Flo and Kane's in delivery. You know what I mean? Flo and Kane's in delivery throughout the whole track was fantastic. That's why like a final of this would be fucking gnarly because it's just really gonna like enhance that sort of part of this track. So, mm, again, I think Flo and Kane's in delivery for sure, just because I felt like they both skated on this. You know, 100%. So instrumental solid, definitely drums, vocal solid, definitely flow and cadence and delivery. A stock theme, obviously unreleased, so we have the blank black picture here. So obviously just a placeholder. Um, so aesthetics, obviously unreleased, right? So to be to be determined. Um, and then overall theme, like I said, relatively obvious, right? About grinding, and kind of like the play on like skating, which I thought was sick too. But everybody likes a good motivational song, but I think what this one does is it kind of like is motivational in like almost like a relaxing sort of comfy way, right? Because like I said at the start, this is a good like morning wake up song. This is a good like before you like go to sleep song, like not something that's gonna like hype you up too much, but also has like that positive sort of vibe to it as well. But I feel like they both killed this one, 100%. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Laveri's. Make sure you go follow Laveri's Leaks over here on SoundCloud. They got some gems over there. And make sure you go follow Laveri's on Twitter as well. They're only 10 followers away from 150, so make sure you go show them some love in the bird at my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you. Much love. That was a strong way to kick off the show, man. Again, Laveri's has been killing it with like just collabs in general, right? I think all their collabs are just like really fucking solid, and it just shows like how like flexible they are as an artist. But up next we have the homie Kale Plant, a very talented multi-genre producer. Again, has had a stellar, and I mean stellar, 2025. And they're kicking off 2026 the same way, for sure. And this week, Kale came through with a track titled Terror. Hopefully there's still space. Always space, my friend. Absolutely. But yeah, Kale had a stellar last year. So I have no doubt that their 2026 will be just the same, for sure. But let's pop this open on SoundCloud. Let's see what we got here. W description. Stream contact by Beats, art by the homie Mild, our 2025 designer of the year. Shout out Mild. Yeah, the start is pretty gnarly, huh? Holy shit. 3 days ago. So, hot off the press. Let's get into it. Kale Plant, Terror, let's go.
Fresh out the garden with this one.
Holy shit. What the fuck? Yeah, that kick is fucking insane. Wow. Great structure. Wow. That snare too. The fucking snare. Great. Yeah, the melody does kind of have like a, almost like a eerie sort of nighttime kind of feel. Great outro too. This is fantastic. Well done. Wow. What a great way to kick off the year. Go Kale. All right. Let's talk about this one, man. So obviously no vocals. So we're gonna talk about two things here. We're talking about the instrumental. We're talking about the overall theme of Terror. Now, instrumental. First off, the mix is fucking clean. Absolutely fantastic. I have no gripes with the mix whatsoever. Especially the kick. It has that like nice knock to it that's like, it's a very fine line of like using like heavy kicks like that, you know? And I think Kale fucking nailed it when it came down to the mix, for sure. And again, like I said, sound selection was great, especially for this sort of like nighttime, almost like darker sort of tone. But yeah, overall, really no gripes with the mix. Levels were good, quality was good. Nothing like super clashy or too overbearing. Nothing I thought was like sticking out to me, right? So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental Shining Star is kind of tough, right? Because the melodies I feel like play a really, really big role in the mood and the tone. But the drums, especially the snare and the hats, and just like all the percussion was insane. And then, you know, when you factor in the kick, it's like, holy shit. And then, you know, structure's up there too. You could definitely talk about structure a bit as well. Shit. I don't know, man. Drums kind of take this one for me. You can tell that Kale really took his time on these, for sure. So I think we're gonna have to go drums here. Definitely. That snare and kick kind of like sold it for me. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, let's go drums. Instrumental solid, definitely drums. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. Art by the Homie Mild. For a track titled Terror, right? This is fantastic because one of those pieces, you know, again, the more you look at it, the more detail you kind of see. But it takes you back to those like almost sort of like OG like trap metal covers. You know what I mean? Especially the fonts are perfect. And then you have the Kale logo bottom left. Perfect for a single, right? Definitely gets the job done for a single. 100%. And then the color palette itself is just great too. You know? There's just so much detail, but also at face value, it's great as well. It's definitely like eye catching, I would say. You know what I mean? So, aesthetic sound point. overall theme, terror. I feel like a lot of that comes from like the melody and then like how gritty and like um hard hitting the drums are, right? It does have that good like nighttime, dark trap sort of tone, right? And I think Kale fucking nailed that. And then like how they packaged it all like as a single here, fantastic. I love when producers kind of like fully take the reins and outside of working with artists, they kind of have their own instrumental catalog, right? And Kale's been doing a really really good job with that. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Kale. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Kale on SoundCloud, by the way. They're only 6 followers away from 460. Of course, make sure you go follow Kale on Twitter as well. They're only 4 followers away from 660. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. I think we're about like 8 away. So make sure you go show the channel and these artists some love. We do upload every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel, man. So make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love. Yeah, baby. All right. So that was our first 2 Patrons of the night. Fantastic way to start the show, per usual. But up next, we do have our third of the night is the homie TDG, aka Till the Grave, a very, very talented hip hop artist and producer. Came through with Called It. Proud and performed, mixed by me, TDG. Let's fucking get it, baby. If I'm going down, I'm bringing the chop with me. Called It. Yo, I think I saw this cover earlier on SoundCloud, and this is a hilarious cover. this is a great cover. But TDG's been on a great single run, especially more towards the end of 2025. They've just been stacking singles and really just kind of like trying new styles and doing everything they can to kind of progress themselves as an artist. So I expect no less in 2026 for sure. But let's see here. One day ago, brand spanking new. Yeah, this cover's insane. It's just a TDG cropped. The cover's great, bro. Yeah, so prod performed and mixed by TDG. Okay, I'm down. Let's get into it. TDG Called It. Let's go. Love the way that comes in.
Look it up, yeah, I'm TDG. Hold them up, seen the siege. Let the Jordans freeze. Put my mama on the beach. Make music my lottery. How I replying to that a lot to read. Look it up, yeah, I'm TDG. They say sorry, this the A-list. One of me and I winning shit. Bitch, I don't care if I'm on your playlist. Fell for this, you played it. Remember the name to the grave. Great example, look at my mic, contagious. So out of my studio. Me and your lady shake hips, do dough. Came with 6 to blow. This the show. Back as I'm sipping, pinky up. I'll do myself to pick me up. Real ones say the same, no switching up. They make clothes when I talk, I spit too much. Look it up, yeah, I'm TDG.
Look it up, yeah, DDG, and the end is great. Wow, this one I feel like for some reason like the second half was crazy. Like the first half you gotta like lock in, right? And then like once you get like to the second half, you're like, whoa, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It almost felt like TDG got like more comfortable on the second half of the song for some reason. Um, but this was great. This was great. And the fucking production, man. The fucking production, absolutely insane. I think the drums really shine on this. Lots to say though. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're talking about three things here. We're talking about the instrumental. We're talking about vocals. And we're talking about the overall theme of Called It. DG is getting better and better. Absolutely. Every submission is just like, it's just all progress. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. We're gonna talk about the overall theme of Called It. Relatively obvious theme, right? Call the shots, dust the cover, etc., etc. But we're still gonna break it down per usual. Instrumental. I think this instrumental here kind of really proves like TDG's production skill and like how they can make an instrumental in almost any style or flavor, for sure. Like this production is crazy. And we've seen some gnarly production from TDG here on the show, right? But I think this one really shines. Really fucking shines. But the mix was solid. The mix was really solid. Nothing like super clashy, too overbearing that I would really switch up. Quality was good. Level was definitely solid. Nothing that would like ultimately change when it comes down to the mix. Definitely not. Sound selection was even better too. I love the sound selection. So yeah, nothing that would like particularly switch up too much on the instrumental mix. But per usual, that's not really a shocker. TDG always has like a really solid instrumental when it comes down to their production. But something you always want to point out for anybody new here, right? So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star, 110% the drums. That's not even a fucking question. The drums, absolutely. TDG destroyed these drums. They just fucking killed it. I feel like the drums were just so gnarly on this. I do feel like you could argue structure a bit too, if you really wanted to like get technical about it, because I do feel like the structure was solid too. But drums are like almost like a feature on the song. That's how good they are. You know what I mean? So I think we're gonna go drums on this, man, for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely drums. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. Again, we have a solid TDG style mix here. They have a very particular sound when it comes down to most of their songs. Sometimes they'll switch it up here or there, but again, you definitely get like a good TDG package on this one. And again, their mix has also been a talking point for us here at the show, just because their mix is always getting better and better. And with TDG kind of expanding styles and genres, that also kind of enables your mix to almost forcefully get better, right? Because you almost have to keep leveling up your mix when you switch up styles and things like that. So, vocal mix on this one, definitely solid. Nothing like too crazy to gripe about. Vocal shining star. That's the real question. Again, a good writing argument here for sure. I feel like writing and lyrics are definitely crazy on this, especially the second half. But the flow and cadence and delivery kind of sold me on this one. I'm not sure what it was about it, but it was bouncy. It was like almost like serious, but like fun at the same time. It was a very interesting sort of feeling. So I think we're gonna have to go flow and cadence and delivery on this one for sure. But you could argue like writing and lyrics definitely. So instrumental solid, definitely drums. Vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. Sometimes, man, you just gotta go with the full blown meme cover. Sometimes, you know what I mean. Especially for like certain singles, or if you're just like, fuck it, I'll just cook something up really quick. It's always interesting, man. But again, calling the shots. Obviously, cover paying homage to a few lines in the song, right? And I just thought it was funny. It just kind of gave me a good laugh. You know what I mean? But again, aesthetics on point for sure, especially for just like a quick single, right? Sometimes you want some serious art. Sometimes you want some crazy like, IRL photo. It's really up to you as an artist, right? But aesthetics on point. overall theme, called it. Again, calling the shots, calling it, calling game, so many other ways that you kind of interpret this. But again, more of like a motivational sort of, somewhat positive track from TDG as well. And again, one of those ones where you could really break it down in a few ways, but TDG definitely delivered on this when it comes down to all aspects of them being an artist, right? Production, writing and lyrics, mixing, like especially the production too. Like now I'm doubling back thinking about it. It's like holy shit. But TDG did a fantastic job on this one, man. Just another one of those songs to keep chugging along, as you always continue to just keep getting better and better, right? But with that said, huge shout out to TDG. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud, by the way. They're approaching 1.1K over there on the cloud. And of course, make sure you go follow TDG on Twitter as well. They're only one follower away from 160. So make sure you go show them some love on DBird at my friends. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We do upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel, man. So make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. It's great. You already have. Thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. Let's fucking get it, baby. Yep, Ghost always showing love, baby. Much love to Ghost. All right. Our next Patreon of the night, my friends. Let's get into it. We left off with the homie TDG. Up next is the homie Jordan, a multi-genre talented artist and producer. Again, has had a fucking stellar 2025, and they're kicking off 2026 in the same fashion. New thing soon. Temporary cover art here, since this is a sneak peek at the next project. Oh shit, so we get some little unreleased material here at Music Mondays from the homie Jordan. I'm down. We're always a fan of the unreleased, man. Let's get it. Okay. So 3 hours ago, this is brand spanking new on the cloud. Got Jordan here, give the thumbs up, temporary cover. Oh shit. Got Risk. Okay, a project written and produced by Jordan. Oh shit. Lights. Okay. All right, I'm excited for this one. Let's get into it. Jordan, Physics, The Feeling. Go. Love this melody. Jesus.
Force of tension, I can't split from what's behind me. Hard to focus, so much left. Keep what I can close here beside me. I can't hold myself to do what's right, but silver lining, no control. Yet I find myself in perfect climate. Forward thinking, I can't take it back, now back to my ways. Guess it's not a phase. All I'm trying to say is everything today, but everything's okay. Everything's okay. Drag my feet so much the air won't slip between that much today. I took a leap, I looked down, I seen enough. I was about to fly. I think I was fractured, broke as ever. They say get well, we hope we get better. I woke up from a dream that I'm glad I cannot remember. Cycle back again, reset happening. Late November, feeling bad again. Feel the gravity moving rapidly. Could be bad for me. I just like to think. One won't ring today. I don't know where to look. The feeling's still the same, but sometimes now it's good. I used to tell them all the things. Told you really all I could. Force myself to sleep, don't wanna go, but now I should. The feeling's still the same, but sometimes now it's good. The feeling, that's good. It's good. The
Flow is crazy.
feeling's that's good. That's good. The feeling, that's good. Somehow I need to cut this tension. I can't split from what's behind me. Hard to focus. Somehow I need to cut this tension. I can't split from what's behind me. Hard to focus. So let's take it back. Woke up from a dream, and I'm glad I can't remember. Cycle back again. Reset happening. Late November, feeling bad again. Feel the gravity moving rapidly. Could be bad for me. I just laugh at things. Phone ring today. I don't know where to look. The feeling's still the same, but sometimes now it's good. I used to tell them things. Really all that I could. Force myself to sleep. That's good.
Wow.
Force of tension, I can't split from what's behind me. Hard to focus, so much left. Keep what I can close here beside me. I can't hold myself to do what's right, but silver lining, no control. Yet I find myself in perfect climate. Forward thinking, I can't take it back, now back to my ways. Guess it's not a
What a great outro too. Like super long. Wow. This is why Jordan is multi-genre, my friends. This is why, right here. Especially now, with them exploring so many other styles and genres and just sounds in general. Um, it's just pushed them in such a positive direction artistically, truthfully. But much to talk about and much to break down here for sure. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're talking about vocals. We're gonna talk about the overall theme of physics. So, obviously produced by Jordan, but instrumental, man, crazy, really, really fucking crazy. So emotional. Like even as an instrumental on its own, this could totally be a single. Just the emotions in general that this makes you feel off rip. I even said it too. I was like, man, this melody's gonna be crazy. You know what I mean? I just knew it. But as far as the mix goes, nothing like super clashy, too overbearing. Nothing I would like ultimately change, especially like with these live instrument bass instrumentals. You're not using loops or anything like that. Sometimes recording guitar can be fucking weird. It can be a bitch, and then sometimes it's like really easy, and you're like, hell yeah, this sounds fire on first try. So always a 50-50 process for sure. But yeah, no real gripes with the instrumental mix. Levels are good, quality's good. Nothing like that really kind of bugged me out, So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. This was tough, right? Because I was like, oh well, it's gonna be the melody, and then like you hear the full song, and I think it might be the structure. I'm not gonna lie. I think the last half of the song really sold me on this. So I think we're gonna have to go structure on this one, man. I really do. I think we're gonna have to go structure. Definitely. Drums are a close second. Melody's definitely a close second. But structure takes the cake on this one. Definitely. Jordan's been doing some fantastic production when it comes down to really centering towards like a little bit more of like a guitar style, right? I feel like a lot of their structures have just been very, very unique, and it just makes for a better track sometimes, But instrumental solid, definitely structure. Stock vocals, vocal mix, a bit of a fluctuating vocal mix in this one, right? A few different styles from Jordan, and ultimately I feel like it was really solid because Jordan wasn't really trying to do that full blown pop style, but it still had that like almost pop like fast paced kind of flow, but it wasn't like full blown poppy, almost like electronic sort of feel, right? That's why I like the vocal mix on this because it's still very raw Jordan, right? So this is how you can tell that they're kind of like feeling out their styles and feeling out their sounds and really figuring out like how they want to shape certain tracks. So with that said, vocal mix very, very solid, especially throughout the entire track. I love the switch ups, and again the outro really sold me. So vocal mix definitely solid. Vocal shining star. Yes. Man, I was initially gonna, give it to writing and lyrics, to be honest with you. But I think we're gonna have to go flow and cadence and delivery. It was very fun. It had just like almost like pop, almost R&B sort of flow, but it was like a little bit more fast paced as well. So I think flow and cadence and delivery are gonna take the cake on this one for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely structure. Vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme. Jordan mentioned this is a temporary cover, but I do think this would be a sick single cover though. I'm not gonna lie, like it has that like VHS like analog sort of effect, right? Like just in the middle of the fucking woods, and just the thumbs up is hilarious. But I do like it as a temporary cover though. I think it's solid for sure. So aesthetics on point, even though temporary cover. Overall theme, physics, the feeling. A very interesting sort of theme here. Feelings and emotions are interpreted in so many different ways by so many different people, right? It's different for everybody. But you almost feel like feeling certain things is almost tied to like physical aspects of certain things, which I mean, obviously it is, but sometimes you always question yourself and you're like, is it? You know, um, it's almost like a very like interesting sort of feeling. But Jordan really describes their experiences with certain emotions and feelings relatively well. You know, like they paint a very vivid picture, I would say. And this is one of those tracks. This is definitely one of those tracks. I feel like this one is going to stand out on the projects for sure, 100%. So, well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Jordan. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Jordan on SoundCloud, by the way. They're only 10 followers away from 100. Great milestone. And of course, make sure you go follow Jordan on Twitter as well. We're only 8 followers away from 420. A W milestone there as well. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and all that good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you, my friends. Much love. So, we left off with homie Jordan. Up next is our last, but certainly not least, patron of the night, homie Ghost. A very talented multi-genre producer. Ghost came through with a unreleased album instrumental at 150 BPM. Let's see what we got here. I'm down because Ghost has had not only a really hot start to this year, but also they are your 2025 Music Mondays Producer of the Year. So congratulations to Ghost again. And me, let's fucking get it, Ghost. I'm down. So we do have an unreleased instrumental here. So a lot of their unreleased and pretty much all of their unreleased that we've gotten the chance to react to here on the show has been fucking gnarly. So let's get into it. So unreleased Ghost, let's go. Starting off hot on this one. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Oh my god. I knew that was gonna be fucking nuts. Oh my. Wow. Oof. Wow, what the fuck? The keys are such a fun addition. Wow. What the fuck? Wow. Wow. Solo produced this. Well done. You got to show I can make a beat from scratch. That's fucking gas. That is so gas. Yeah, Ghost is right. Usually we do have a lot of collaborations from Ghost here on the show to react to, but this is a solo produced track. This is fucking cooked, man. Jesus. That's Fire Ghost? Absolutely. And also, welcome on him, my homie Kale. Happy Monday, my friend. Happy Monday. But let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. we're gonna talk about two things because obviously no vocals yet. So we're gonna talk about the instrumental and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of this track. So, um, instrumental, instrumental mix, crazy, really, really fucking crazy. Um, Even the melodies, sound selection, the drums, especially the drums, are fantastic. Um, but ultimately, man, I have zero gripes with this instrumental mix. Like zero fucking gripes, especially with like how active it is and how much there is going on. There's not too much going on. There's just a lot going on. So I feel like Ghost fucking nailed that fine line of just making everything hit hard, everything's clear, nothing's clashing. This is a perfect mix to me, 100%. So instrumental mix solid, absolutely. Instrumental shining star. This is tough. This is really tough because structure is crazy, for sure. Drums are crazy, absolutely. The melodies are so fun and playful, so that's definitely up there too. But yeah, no, I mean, this one's tough. This one's really, really tough. Um, I feel like structure is definitely up there for me. I feel like structure is definitely fucking up there. And like Ghost said in the chat, and the lead was a creative way to go to the drop instead of like a snare or something. Right, right. That's kind of why I'm leaning towards structure. I'm kind of leaning towards structure because the drop is just crazy. Like I said, you could definitely argue drums here, but I'm thinking structure, man. I'm thinking fucking structure for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely structure. But you could really argue any point there. Let's talk theme. Obviously unreleased, so no aesthetics yet, but this is probably one of the most insane Ghost beats yet in 2026. I think we've only reacted to like 2 or 3 so far. But this one is crazy. This one is absolutely fucking crazy. This one, man, absolutely a track on its own, but I can only imagine like what an artist could like actually fucking do to this. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, man, Ghost does it again, and also on top of it, this is kind of like more of like a genre blend too, right? Because you could like classify this as like a fuse style. Um, you really could. So I think Ghost just fucking destroyed this one, man. This is up there for one of the best of 2026. That's for sure by Ghost. Absolutely. Well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Ghost. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. And of course, make sure you go follow Ghost on Twitter as well. They're only 10 followers away from 540, so make sure you go show them some love on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists and send them some love, baby. Get it. How y'all doing on this fine evening? I'm good, Kale. How are you, my friend? I try to. Oh, yeah, structure for sure, Ghost. Structure for sure. You always kill that. 100%. That makes a song. Starting the year strong. Yep. Starting the year strong for sure. Yep. Gonna be a good year, my friend. Gonna be a good year. So yeah, that does conclude all of our current Music Mondays Patreons. You guys are fucking wonderful, man. Thank you for all your support. But we're gonna dive into the rest of our community submissions. So we're just gonna go right down the line, and then of course we're gonna kick off with the homie Flux, a very very talented multi-genre artist and producer. Came through with an instrumental, again, an artist that had a stellar 2025. I think everybody in tonight's submissions quite literally had a crazy, and I mean fucking crazy, 2025 for sure. So Flux is definitely in that crew 100%, but this week they came through with an instrumental. Recently we've been doing a lot of like vocal stuff, right? Especially from Flux. But this week they submitted an instrumental titled I Love You So Much. New beat for you to check out this week is the You Know I'm Always Down, my friend. You know I'm always down. All right. We've reacted to quite a few Flux instrumentals, but like I said recently, it's been a lot of vocals. So I'm excited to kind of dive into some more instrumental stuff with Flux for sure. So let's get into it. Lux, I love you so much. Let's go. 13 days ago. Brand spanking new. Great melody. Holy shit. Wow. Oh, he's crazy. It really is. Oh shit. Oh my. Good lord. Whoa. Holy shit. I need this type of melody. Holy fuck. Wow. Wow. Okay. This one is gnarly. This one is just fucking gnarly. Simple, straight to the point, but makes you feel plenty of emotion, even without vocals on it, right? But let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So we're talking about two things because obviously no vocals. We're talking about the instrumental. We're talking about the overall theme of I Like You So Much. So instrumental mix, fucking crazy, like absolutely fucking crazy, especially with the bass here. I feel like the instrumental mix is just nuts. Nothing's clashing, too overbearing. The melody works really well with everything. The drums work really well with everything. I feel like the structure too is fucking fantastic. Like the structure really shines on this one. But yeah, I have no gripes with the instrumental mix. Definitely not. Especially with like the bass, dude. The bass is so crazy in it, and it just has like that perfect amount of mud, but not too much mud, like I always talk about, right? So, instrumental mix extremely solid. Instrumental shining star. This one's tough. As much like our last submission with Ghost, almost everything on this is fucking crazy. Actually, everything is on this. It is just fucking nuts. Structure's up there. Drums are definitely up there. The melody, I mean, come on, the melody is fucking gnarly, right? Yeah, this one is kind of tough, man. To be real, because like I want to say structure, but I almost want to say drums too. Yet, because like the melody's definitely up there, 100%. But the drums kind of take the cake for me. I won't lie. Yeah, even just down to the sound selection, I feel like folks absolutely destroyed these drums for sure. So let's go drums on this one, definitely. So instrumental solid, definitely drums. Let's talk theme, aesthetics, simple, great IRL shot, right? Especially when you take like some like wider shots and you just like crop it differently. Like this looks like the very top of like a super fucking high tree. You know what I mean? So like covers like this are really sick. Because again, eye-catching, simple, straight to the point. It's kind of like what I was talking about with some covers have different moods and some songs have different moods. So it's really up to the artist, right? And sometimes these simple like IRL shots are always sick, for sure. And it does have that like really cold winter kind of feel, especially with it being winter here on the East Coast, right? Especially the background has that cold, dry sort of feeling, right? But aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme, I love you so much. It definitely does have that love emotional sort of feel to it, right? And it does combine the hip hop and trap and sort of alternative rock sort of vibes here, right? Which is, somewhat of what Flux is known for. So I feel like they really went back into their bag and kind of like went the OG route and really cooked this up. Like really, really fucking cooked this one up. Like this came from like, the Flux like, you know, basic tutorial. You know what I mean? Like this is like Flux is like bread and butter, so to speak, I would say. Right? So yeah, overall theme is great. It definitely hits that emotional chord for sure, but also the drums give it more of that kind of like aggressive sort of push that this song needs. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Flux. Thank you so much for the submission. Much love. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud, by the way. They're approaching 1.2K over there on the cloud. And of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter as well. They're approaching 2.4K over there on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. And if you already have, thank you, my friends. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. Well done. Producers are really shining tonight, man. I mean, everybody's shining tonight, right? But prods are really, really fucking coming through tonight. Top 3 is going to be so hard after the show. Oh, my lord. Man. Alrighty, my friends. We're going to take a quick commercial break, so I'm going to need all you guys to get up, go stretch your legs, go get a snack, go get a drink, maybe go for a quick smoke break, and when we return, we're going to dive into the rest of our community submissions. So don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Music Mondays podcast, episode 261. Hope y'all had a good break, but let's get back to our submissions, man. Let's go. So, we ended off with the homie Flux. Up next is the homie Sam's Raps, a very, very talented hip hop artist, came through with a little screen recording submission. I am down. Now, Sam's Raps is one of the most talented writers we've seen here at Music Mondays, and I'm always down for Sam's Raps submission for sure. Here's a Lucy demo, Coprod Uggy, and Clever Dan. Okay. Let's play this from the top. Go full quality. So a quick tip for anybody on mobile, on Twitter. For anybody that thinks like Twitter like fries quality. I mean, it does compress some quality, right? But if you're on mobile and you let the video play out until the end and you restart it, it usually has its full quality. Right, just a little tip for anybody out there who's like posting snippets or videos or anything like that, and you're like, why did it fuck my quality? It really didn't. It just has to load for some reason because Twitter is, Twitter. But regardless, we got some unreleased Sam's Raps here that we're about to get into. So let's get into it. A little unreleased Lucy demo from Sam's Raps.
Pledge allegiance to the reefer tree, she sees through me. Got an old block of sweet Keith, the chief, the deepest green. My latest studies only biased via recency. I've been steeping stipes and leaves into a dirty tea. Ironic, I see clearest when the mud undoes its secrecy. Show me light, show me grace, show me truth above all. Show my movement steady stuttered to a screeching halt. Show me blown to bits, particle by particle. Then put the parts together all the ways you ever wanted. I could really use the tonic concocted to blind a lemon. Not even sure what's in it, but it must be quite acidic. Heavy is the drip, that's why the wrist is so arthritic. Are you really with the shit if you willing to flip the picket? Line it up, I'm getting split up at the fringes.
Sheesh. Good lord. Again, I said it at the top, man. Sam's Raps writing is just fucking crazy. It's so, easy to visualize what Sam's Raps is talking about. Like, very, very easy. And that's how detailed and specific their writing is, right? So, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. And talk about the overall theme of this unreleased Lucy demo from Sam's Raps. So, instrumental, Coprod, Uggy, and Clever Dan. Fantastic. Again, this is a very like Sam's Raps specific instrumental that I would think that he would choose, right? Especially like when it comes down to them having an open canvas for sure. But it also has that laid back, again, kind of like chill sort of mood that Sam's Raps also likes as well. So, love the choice. Production, fantastic as always. Instrumental mix, definitely solid, 100%. Nothing super clashy, too overbearing, or anything like that. Like I would say, the Sasuke and crew always has a really, really solid mix across all of their songs. So not really a shocker here, but something I always want to point out for anybody new. But the instrumental mix is very much on point. Very, very much on point. So, instrumental mix solid. Nothing to really gripe about there at all. Instrumental Shining Star. I think drums are up there. I mean, obviously we only have a snippet of the instrumental, right? But I think drums are up there, but also I think the melody really sets the Sam's Raps sort of mood, right? It's such a Sam's Raps sort of track that I feel like it's hard to not go with melody. So let's go with melody here for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely a melody. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix, very crispy. Very, very crispy. I wouldn't be surprised if this is like super close to final because the vocal mix is so crispy. It has that almost somewhat raspy, but not really Sam's Raps sort of style. So I think it's fantastic. And they have a really solid natural voice and for their style. You don't want to go too crazy with mixing, right? So vocal mix for where it's at, especially considering it's a demo. Awesome. Nothing really to gripe about there either. Definitely not. And then instrumental or vocal Shining Star. I mean, it's got to be the writing, right? I do like the flow and cadence and delivery, but I think the writing and lyrics really, really shine here. Even in just this small snippet, the visual ability you have as a listener because of Sam's Raps writing is crazy. like crazy. So, well done, my friend. Well done. So definitely writing and lyrics. Um, Overall theme, obviously unreleased, so no aesthetics to go over, but I assume the cover is going to be gnarly per usual. And again, unreleased Lucy, so not too much to go on with the theme. We'll have to wait till we re-react to the full version of this for sure. But I think Sam's Raps did a fantastic job on this, so that's exciting. I'm excited to hear the official version for sure. Well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Sam's Raps. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow them on Twitter. They're approaching 1.2K on the Bird app. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz is over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's go. If you already have, thank you. Well, let's see here. So we left off the homie Sam's Raps. Up next would be the homie Laverius, but Laverius is a Music Mondays Patreon, and we already kicked off the show with Laverius, so make sure you go check out our reaction to Grind and go show Laverius some love. Up next, following Laverius, is the homie Pipsqueak, aka Filter, that came through with a SoundCloud track here. I'm down. Now, the recent Filter submissions have been crazy, because they did go on a little bit of like a hiatus here at Music Mondays, so we weren't really tapped in on the show to what they were doing, but again, their recent submissions have been fucking nuts, like absolutely nuts. Now, Pipsqueak, being a multi-genre talented artist and producer, like I said, came through with another SoundCloud track, so I'm down. See what we got here. Oh, and it's unreleased. A little exclusive premiere here, some unreleased by the homie. Okay, I'm down. Let's get into it. Holy. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. Lots of powerful, emotional fucking music tonight, man. Oh, man. Good lord. Holy fuck. All right. Much to talk about here, much to go through. So let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about 3 things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. We're gonna talk about the overall theme of this Pipsqueak track. So, instrumental. I assume prod by them, but I could be wrong. You never know. But just going with assumption here. I love the instrumental. Such a powerful instrumental. Again, like so many emotional submissions tonight. And this one falls right in line for sure. But instrumental mix, insane, absolutely insane, especially for this sort of style, right? A little bit more of like an alt rock sort of style, and sometimes the mix can be 50-50. It can be like really easy for you or really fucking annoying for you, like I always say. But I think again, with it even being an unreleased demo, because we don't know if this is final yet, I think they did a really good job with the mix. Nothing like super super clashy to overbearing, but it leaves that good like blend of instrumental and vocal as well. But I feel like the instrumental mix is awesome for sure. And like I said, I love the sound selection. So, instrumental mix, fantastic, especially for an unreleased demo as well, or it could be final. Um, Instrumental Shining Star, on the other hand, you know, you gotta think structures up there, but I think the melodies really bring the fucking emotion on this. Like, really, really bring the emotion. So, to be honest with you, I think we're gonna have to go melodies on this for sure. Drums are a close second, but I think melodies take the cake here. Absolutely. So, instrumental solid, definitely melodies, stock vocals. Again, a vocal mix for an unreleased. We don't know if it's a final or not. Absolutely fantastic. Like I said, it has that good blend of like vocal and instrumental, and it keeps that gritty sort of vocal flavor that we're used to from Pipsqueak as well, right? So, nothing really crazy to gripe about, to be honest with you, especially with it being a demo. Um, it leaves the emotion in, but the quality and levels are like still really there. So I don't have anything really crazy to gripe about on this, especially with it being unreleased, right? So a vocal mix, solid, absolutely. Vocal shining star could be the hook. I think writing and lyrics up there. Flow and cadence and delivery, crazy. I think might have to go flow and cadence and delivery though, especially on the hook. I think flow and cadence and delivery is gonna take the cake, man, for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. The stock theme. So obviously temporary cover here, or it could not be, but we do have unreleased here. But again, a good placeholder cover nonetheless. Simple but very eye catching, 100%. So aesthetics, temporary cover, overall theme. This one's pretty powerful emotionally and lyrically. I think the thing you gotta remember here, and I could be wrong, but this feels like one of those songs that you write like in the moment. You know, like you just have like a spur of emotion, or you know that a creative light is going off. You know, this definitely strikes me as one of those songs that you know you just write in the moment because some shit's going down. You're feeling sort of you know whatever way emotionally. And I think they did a really good job kind of capturing the moment, right? Because a lot of these lyrics, you know, speak to like I wouldn't say like present day, but you know, almost in the moment. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Pipsqueak, aka Filter. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud, and of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter as well. They're only one follower away from 30 or 11 away from 40. So make sure you go show them some love. They're the bird at my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 330 subscribers. Upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's go. And like I said, if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here on Music Mondays, my friends. So, let's continue on here. Wow, man, what a night of submissions. Holy shit. Good lord. All right. Let's see. So, we actually left off with the homie Pipsqueak, aka Filter. Up next is actually a very talented hip hop and multi-genre artist, the homie Most Dope Kimon. Now, actually, Most Dope Kimon won our 2025 Music Mondays Artist of the Year. So, double congratulations for sure for the homie Most Dope Kimon. But this week they submitted a official music video for Tupac and Biggie. Holy shit, we haven't even reacted to this track either as well. What the fuck? Wow. And again, Kimon is starting off their 2026 extremely hot. So I'm down. I'm absolutely fucking down. Where's your beautiful face? Oh, I just had to get up for a sec. You're Gucci King. You are Gucci. Shout out to the plant. This could be crazy. Yeah, because we've never even reacted to this song. So 720. Broad Chrome. Some love in the comments. Okay. I'm down. Let's get into it. Mosto Kimon at Tupac and Biggie official music video. Let's go. Go, man. Let's fucking go. Kimon does it again, man. Kimon fucking does it again. Vid goes crazy. I agree, Kale. That's why Kimon won 2025 Music Video of the Year for sure with Beyonce Flow, because like these type of videos, man, just encapsulate independent art like so well, and you can tell that Kimon just has like the creative direction for it, and like they have the vision for certain shit. You know, they really, really do. This is a hot way to start 2026 as well. This video is crazy. This dropped January 16th as well, so only 10 days old, brand spanking new. But let's talk about it, man. I'm down. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. We're gonna talk about the official music video for Tupac and Biggie. Music video is just fucking crazy. It's really what tops it off, you know. So instrumental. I love the choice. Again, Kimon is curating beats in such like a certain way that they just know what they can slot on and like what they can't. And again, I just feel like Kimon's like instrumental flavor is very, very confident and solid. You know, they like know what they want, kind of thing. So love the choice. Instrumental mix, fantastic per usual. Kimon always has like really, really solid mixes. Just as like the song as a whole, right? But strictly speaking on the instrumental, nothing super clashy, too overbearing. Love the sound selection. Melody takes front and center stage here on this, which I think is awesome. Yeah, nothing like when I'm thinking back on it, nothing that really like ultimately bothered me with this one at all. But again, not really a shocker. Something I always want to point out for anybody new here though. Kimon has a very consistent mix for sure, very consistent. So instrumental mix solid, instrumental shining star. I feel like drums are up there. You could really argue drums, but if we're being real, I think the melody's up there too. I really feel like you could argue melody with this one, 100%. Structure's up there too, but I think we're gonna go melody. I think we're gonna go melody for sure, just because I feel like it makes you like pay attention to the track instantly. You know, it's one of those like ear grabbing types of melodies for sure. So, instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. Again, a very consistent vocal mix out of Kimon. You know, they don't really like to stray too far away from their particular style. And that's not that, you know, just because they're opposed to it or anything like that. It's just like Kimon is really perfecting this certain style that they have right now, right? So, Vocal mix definitely solid. Levels were good. Quality was good. Nothing like super clashy to overbearing. Nothing that I would like really have a crazy grab about. Much like the instrumental. So vocal mix definitely solid. Vocal shining star on the other hand could be the hook. Could be the hook. The hook is very memorable. But again, the flow and cadence and delivery is just like snowboarding. You know, like Kimon really like slides on this. And a lot of their recent submissions have had a fantastic flow and cadence and delivery, for sure. So I think that's what we're going to go with here. Definitely. You could argue the hook. Writing and lyrics are up there too, but I think flow and cadence and delivery is definitely going to take the cake here, for sure. The instrumental solid. Definitely the melody. Vocal solid. Definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk about the official video for Tupac and Biggie. Like I said at the Jumpman, these videos are what encapsulates like pure, real underground art. I love the flashing text. I love like just the creative liberties that Kimon and crew really take for some of their videos. You know what I mean? And the variety of shots might be one of the deepest here. Like there's a few outfit changes, there's a few angle changes. Like whoever Kimon is filming with does a really good job and has a good camera eye. You know, like a really good camera eye. Because a lot of these shots are very fun and creative, and they're off angled and they're like switched up, and some of them are dark, and then the outfits like switch up too. So I feel like the editing is fantastic on this. This is definitely like a top tier Kimon video for sure. But again, I think the shining star here is the variety of shots. This is probably the most shots that I've seen Kimon kind of utilize, right? Because like we have like the hallway shots, we have the nighttime shot here, another hallway shot, and then like the main living room shot, and then you go back down, and then you have some more hallway shots. Yeah, like there's like a good variety of it, and then throughout all these clips, the outfit is switching back and forth as well, which makes for a more entertaining video. And to like the untrained eye, you're not picking up on shit like that, but as an artist, you always watch it back and you're like, oh, we could switch that up, or you know, we could do this a little bit better, put this here, you know. And I feel like Kimon really has a good time when it comes down to their official music videos and their visuals as well. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Most Dope Kimon. Make sure you go sub to their YouTube channel, by the way. They're only 8 subs away from 110, so make sure you go show them some love. And of course, make sure you go follow Kimon on Twitter as well. They're only 7 followers away from 30, so make sure you go show them some love on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week. Every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good chat. Channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you, my friends. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. Let's fucking get it, baby. Alrighty, my friends. Fantastic. Another crazy video from Kimon, man. Literally. Let's see here. So we left off with the homie Kimon. Up next would be the homie Kale Plant, but Kale is a current Music Mondays Patreon, so we already reacted to Kale earlier in the show. Make sure you go show Kale in their submission some love, baby. Following Kale, we have the homie Braden, a multi-genre talented artist and producer, came through with track 6 of their recent project. Now, we've been going track by track on their recent project, and they put out a whole other project that we have to go through as well. So I'm down. There's tons of Braden content, but again, an artist who had a stellar 2025 and is heading into 2026 with the same kind of motion. So, they submitted track 6, Blessing to a Curse. Let's see what we got here. I'm down. Let's pop it open a new tab, Rooney. Oh shit, this one starts off hot too, huh? Alright. I'm down. Good hashtag subscription 1 month ago. So obviously still brand spanking new. But let's get into it. Braden, Blessing to a Curse.
She take perks, she know I'm a flirt. When I look into her eyes, I realize that she has perks. She know I put in work, I know she'll put me first. She turned into a blessing when I thought she was a curse. They left me on the road, they know that shit hurts. I never fuck with hoes, cause they had all fuck with my nerves. These other bitches blow, these other bitches lurk. Even when I thought that things had took a turn for the took a turn for the worse. You ain't the same as all these other motherfuckers. I don't want you to suffer, treat you right because I love ya. You my lover, we protecting each other. This shit been felt so different cause I know that I can trust her. And I swear to God, I hope this shit got a happy ending. Every other person that I've been with it felt like lesson after lesson. And every single time my self-worth always lessened and lessened, until I finally put my foot down and I stepped in. This a message, she take hers. She know I'm a flirt. When I look into her eyes, I realize that she has perks. She know I put in work. I know she'll put me first. She turned into a blessing when I thought she was a curse. They left me on the road. They know that that shit hurts. I never fuck with hoes, cause they had all fuck with my nerves. These other bitches blow. These other bitches lurk. Even when I thought that things had took a turn for the took a turn for the worse.
Wow. This was great. You know, the true definition of cloud rap for sure. 100%. Banger right here. Absolute banger. I haven't heard that song in years. Not the full song anywhere, you know? Wow. Again, a real standout track. So this was track 6 off of one of their recent projects, right? My Hair is Messy, Do You Still Love Me? And man, this one's a sleeper. I feel like this is a very underrated track. You know, like they've all been such a different journey. But this is a great kind of like halfway point for a project for sure. So love that out of Brayden. But let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about 3 things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. We're gonna talk about the overall theme of A Blessing to a Curse. So, instrumental, love the choice. It does have that good OG like 2013 Cloud feel. You know, Brayden is another artist that really curates their beats super well, super well. So, love the choice. Instrumental mix. Thinking back on it, nothing really too much to gripe about, if I'm being honest with you. Nothing like super clashy, too overbearing. Love the choice, like I said. Drums are solid, sound selection solid. Drums cut through nicely. Brayden sounds nice on it. Nothing that I could really think of that would like kind of tweak me out a bit. You know what I mean? So, instrumental mix solid. Just like the whole rest of the project, actually. The whole project has been mixed extremely well. Instrumental Shining Star, on the other hand, could be the structure. I think it's a very unique structure. I do like the structure on this. The drums are up there too. Definitely talk about melody here. Let's go structure. I feel like it's a unique structure, especially with the sample at the end. I like the structure a lot. So, instrumental solid, definitely structure. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix, a very classic standard Brayden vocal mix. Crisp, clean, clear, straight to the point. Levels are good, quality's good. Brayden has been known to switch up their mix from time to time depending on what genre and style they're going for. Or just because they feel like it. But this one has the standard, like, very high quality Brayden vocal mix that really lets their, like, pure vocals shine without, like, letting it get too messy, right? So, vocal mix solid. Vocal Shining Star. It like the flow and cadence and delivery does give that good like OG cloud rap sort of feel, right? So I think we might have to go with that. But writing and lyrics are up there too. These are pretty like meaningful lyrics here. 100%. Like Brayden's really like talking it shit on this song. Like there's some real shit that I feel like you could kind of like skip over if you're not like really paying attention, you know? So you could argue writing and lyrics, but I think flow and cadence and delivery just like made this song like sound like 2013, you know, and in a very good way. You know what I mean? But like almost more refined and refreshing, right? So, vocal Shining Star, gotta be the flow and cadence and delivery, 100%. So instrumental solid, definitely the structure. Vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. I spoke about this cover a few times already, but Again, love the IRL covers out of Raiden, but this one kind of like is one of my favorites just because it has that like blue kind of hue to it that Braiden's been using a lot with a lot of their recent covers, right? So that's why a cover like this, super fucking solid. And it's an IRL cover, so for a project, I like it a lot too. You know what I mean? I mean, it could totally work for a single, but I feel like it fits that project sort of feel, right? So aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme, blessing to a curse. There's a few things in this track that Braden kind of addresses when it comes down to, you know, every person kind of being a lesson, whether that be friendships, relationships, or emotions. You know, and kind of looking at that from like an outsider perspective, you know, and like going from it being a blessing to a curse back to a blessing, right? So there's a lot of ways that you can interpret a track like this, and I feel like there's a lot of digging to be done that you could really do to like fully break down this track's theme, because I do feel like there's more than meets the eye here, 100%. But Braden definitely was talking to shit on this for sure. So, well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Braden. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud, by the way. They're only 6 followers away from 390. And of course, make sure you go follow Braden on Twitter as well. They're only 9 followers away from 30. So make sure you go show them some love there on Twitter as well. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode, and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. I'm sorry. We do upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists in the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you. Let's get it, baby. Alrighty, my friends. We left off with the homie Braden. Up next is the homie Mike Body. It's been a little while since we heard from the homie Mike Body, man. A very talented hip-hop artist. This came through with the official music video for No One Like Him. I'm down. Yeah, we haven't heard from Mike since 2025, last year. So I'm down. This will be our first Mike Body submission of 2026. A little analog vibe going on here. Mike Body, No One Like Him, official music video. 2 weeks ago. Wow. Written by Mike Body. Got all the creds in there. Love that. Okay. Wow. Okay, cool. Got some love in the comments. I'm down. Let's get into it. Go a little 720 action here. Let's go full screen. Mike Body, No One Like Him, official music video. Let's go.
No Barbie dolls in my era. A bunch of G.I. Joes, but the Cobra was commander. It ain't no makeup plus in my mama mascara. Cause shorty wanna be a thug, black bandana scamming. Before AI happened, I was using Tupac's voice in Thug's Mansion. Searching for peace in this life full of fragments. The way, the truth, the light made a new man.
Wow.
Yeah. You'll never find another like him. Never find another like him.
Great clips.
You'll never find another like him. Never find another like him. 26 years, no regrets here. No tears in heaven, just a bunch of cheers. Bobby Brownie performing at the Coliseum. Don't let the church building become a mausoleum. Yeah, was black love without a little seasoning. Dirt on my name, but you did the cleaning. Still sipping on the blood for another season. Mike Body died, but he still pledged allegiance.
Wow.
Yeah. You'll never find another like him. Never find another like him. You'll never find another like him. Never find another like him. Who giving us daily bread? Lightning bolt standing on the side of my head. LA Charger, you could blame it on my father. When God start calling, see the clouds start dissolving. Yeah. Who is your favorite rap artist? Was it really me when my paintbrush talking? Full ownership, no 50-50 splits. Man, I got soul cause of God's good credit. Get it? You'll never find another like him. Never find another like him.
Fantastic. Um, you know, I love the clips. I love the editing. This brings me back to like those like behind the scenes music videos that artists used to do in like the early 2000s, right? Has that good like throwback sort of feel to it. Very chill, very relaxing, and like doesn't really take too much away from the music at all, right? So, well done, well done. We're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. We're gonna talk about the official music video for No One Like It. So, um, instrumental. Love the choice. Love the sample. Um, Mike Body definitely fucking killed this for sure. So I do like the choice. Mike definitely knew what he was doing with this pick, 100%. Um, instrumental mix, really solid, especially with the sample, the drums, the sound selection. Everything was gnarly on this. I really, really like this instrumental mix. Everything's hard hitting. Nothing's like really clashing or too overbearing. Nothing I can really even think of that even remotely I have a gripe with, right? So instrumental mix, insanely on point, especially with the sample. Instrumental Shining Star just might be the sample actually. But drums are up there too. I feel like the drums are definitely fucking up there. Could argue melody, but I kind of want to go with the sample, man. The sample is very well utilized on this. Not too, not too spammy, but it has its place. So I think we're gonna go with a sample on this for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely the sample. Stock vocals, vocal mix again, crisp, clean, clear, straight to the point. Quality's good, levels good. Mike just fucking absolutely nailed this when it comes down to all their mixing, right? And obviously, shout out to all the engineers in here involved in this one. But the mix just came out fucking stellar. Like the mix just came out stellar. So mix across the board, fantastic, and vocal mix, fantastic for sure. Um, vocal Shining Star. Oof. Uh, hmm. I think we're gonna have to go writing and lyrics on this. I feel like Mike was very honest and very stern and very serious on this track. So I think writing and lyrics is in order for sure. So um, instrumental solid, definitely the sample. Vocal solid, definitely the writing and lyrics. Let's talk about the official music video for No One Like It. So like I said, I immediately got that good like old school like behind the scenes studio music video vibe, and with the clips mixed in here. I thought this was fucking fantastic. Like some of like the level clips, the audio wave files, and then like just some of the small stuff, right? Like the studio, all those clips, and then we have Mike Body and their clips. Yeah, man, I feel like the variety of clips and like what the clips are fantastic because it's like a full blown studio themed music video, right? So I think official video Shining Star here is gotta be the footage. I won't lie, the footage is up there for sure. And I don't think we've ever reacted to a Mike Body music video, but again, Mike is very, very comfortable in front of the camera, so that's what made this one much more enjoyable as well. You could tell that they like actually like are confident in their music, and this is a video that they wanted to really like kind of like shoot for a solid vision for, right? So I think Shining Star here with the official video, man. Yeah, gotta be the footage. Although the editing and then like adding the black and white filter was also a W as well. I like that. Um, but I think the clips were just up there, man. Clips are definitely a Shining Star for sure. All the footage that was used was on point. But well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Mike Body. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go sub to Mike Body's channel over there on YouTube. They're now only 4 subs away from 270 now that Music Mondays is subscribed, so you should too. And of course, make sure you go follow Mike on Twitter as well. We're only 3 followers away from 530, so make sure you go show him some love on the Bird app, my friends. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you, my friends. But we left off with the homie Mike Body. Fantastic submission. Up next is A Groovy Mind, a very, very talented producer. A Groovy Mind has been coming through with some solid submissions as of recently, for sure. But this week they came through with Tiny Drags. I'm down. Pop it open a new tab. Let's see what we got here from the homie A Groovy Mind. 12 days ago, brand spanking new. Tagged indie electronic. Tagged dance and EDM. Cover. I like the cover for sure. Simple, straight to the point cover. Let's get into it then. Tiny Drags, A Groovy Mind. Oh shit. I'm about to get into it. Wow. Melodies are great. Oh. Whoa. Great switch up. Damn, the structure is good too. Holy fuck. Great little switch up there again, like that. This one's fantastic. Wow. Fantastic. Let's go, man. Well done. That was probably one of my favorites from A Groovy Mind, especially in 2026. Holy shit. This is actually their first 2026 submission as well. I believe so. But regardless, well done. Well done. We're talking about two things because obviously no vocals. We're gonna talk about the instrumental and talk about the overall theme of Tiny Drags. So off rip, instrumental mix, fantastic, especially with the structure and the switch ups and how many sounds are in this instrumental, I absolutely enjoy the mix. I don't think there's anything that I really have any gripes about whatsoever. Nothing super clashy to overbearing. The structure works out well. Everything transitions nicely, right? So nothing to really like super gripe about when it comes down to the mix. Definitely not. Instrumental Shining Star. Now this one's tough, right? Because at first I was gonna say the melodies, but as the track went on, I think the structure really switches up just perfectly for a 4-minute track, especially an instrumental track, right? So I think we're gonna have to go structure on this one, man. Absolutely. So instrumental solid, definitely structure. Stock theme, aesthetics. Tiny drags. You know, the first thing I thought of was like drags in the sand, right? And this is what this looks like to me is like that dried out wet sand, and it just has a bunch of cracks, right? Tiny drags in the sand. So that, I mean, that could be completely wrong, right? But I do think it does fit the theme though, for sure. I will say that. So aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme, tiny drags. It definitely has that good like theme beach, almost like summer sort of feel to it, right? So it's nice to hear when you're going through the winter over here on the East Coast, right? So I think A Groovy Mind definitely nailed this theme and like really painted a full picture for the listener to kind of like kind of grasp onto, right? So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie A Groovy Mind. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud. They're only 3 followers away from 80. And of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter as well. They're only 8 followers away from 970. So make sure you go show them some love, baby. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week. Every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists and channels some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. So, let's see here, my friend. Left off with the homie A Groovy Mind. Up next is the homie Offspring Mysterious, a multi-talented producer, designer, writer, editor, all of the above. Offspring Mysterious came through with a brand new YouTube upload. And their YouTube uploads and their YouTube content has just been leveling up, especially over the last couple months, right? But they submitted Transcending official video, stop motion music video. No way, is that really what this is? Holy shit, I'm down. Stop motion music video, huh? Holy shit, this one is long overdue. No shit. My first ever time making a music video. I had multiple entities telling me I should make a music video. Yeah, you're right, exactly, for sure. I'm not surprised because there was like no way that there's like no way that I was the only one thinking that, right? Anyone made one before? Instrumental music video? Of course. I have like 6 on my channel. The last time I tried doing something everyone else is doing. And now we have this, a stop motion music video. That's actually a really good idea. Yeah, this is great. Great. Holy shit. I have multiple songs in here as well. Oh wow. I have Transcending and 5 Heartbeats, New Life Form. Wow. Okay. Shit. Love the description as well. Okay, let's get into it. I'm down. Fantastic, Offspring. Love this. All right, go 720 full volume, full screen. Let's go. Transcending official stop motion music video from Offspring series. Oh yeah, cause we had the conclusion from the last. I remember now. The last submission. It's all connecting. It's gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Got to trend. Bonded. Ah. Love the editing. Dipping down the road and shit. This is thick. Actually, really. Hit him with a little kickflip. Peace. Holy fuck. This is fun. This is definitely fun. Not the 50-50. Look at Offspring go, man. His reaction, he's like, what the fuck? No way, man. Over the whip. That was good. It's just the small stuff with editing, man, that's so crazy. Just makes the world of difference, you know? Wow, it's beautiful. What's going on? Follow me to unlock your true potential. Oh boy. Transcending? Dipping. Same route back. Just dipping too. Oh no, never mind. Never mind. Not the same route back. Oh shit. It's what is blocking your potential. Good metaphor. Kicked his ass right in the face. New route. This was great. This is so fun. Skate park clips. I knew it. Yeah, this was great. He did it. Yay. Now it's time to go home. Go. This was sick, bro. This probably took so long to edit too. This was awesome. Back to the crib. Bro basically transcended in a music video. That's sick. Oh shit. Oh no. I can't believe how many pictures I took for this video. Offspring, welcome on in, my friend. Happy Monday. I know, I could only imagine how long this took to edit. It came out really fucking sick though. Huh. Wow. Wow. What a great way to end it off, man. This was sick. This was really fucking sick. Well done. Absolutely well done. Wow. This is everything I wanted it to be. This was fantastic. This was really, really fucking fun. This was really fun. Well done, Offspring. Like, especially like the amount of work that this had to have taken to actually like get the way you wanted it to be, or even just like at least like a little bit. Man, this was fantastic. Shining Star for the official music video for Transcending. Music video was long overdue. Now there's so much more potential too. Like, now if you think about it like this, there's so much more potential for you, for sure. But Shining Star for the official stop motion music video for Transcending, it's got to be the editing, for sure. The editing, you can't go without saying that this editing isn't crazy. All the pictures, all the images, and then the stop motion throughout it, fantastic. And then with an intro outro, this is like probably one of Offspring's like biggest projects to date in terms of like effort and you know, everything that they put into it. So the editing by far is the Shining Star. This is awesome. This is fucking awesome. Well done, my friend. Well done. I had a lot of fun with this. And huge shout out to the homie Offspring Mysterious. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go sub to Offspring Mysterious's YouTube channel, by the way. They're only 7 subs away from 250. Just make sure you go show them some love over there on the tube. And of course, make sure you go follow Offspring Mysterious on Twitter as well. They're only 7 followers away from 820. So make sure you go show them some love over there on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists and show them some love, baby. Let's get it. Already have. Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you for the submission, my friend. And keep it up. You're doing fucking fantastic. Let's see here. So we left off the homie Offspring Series. Up next would be the homie TDG, but we've already reacted to TDG earlier in the show because they are a Music Mondays Patreon. So definitely go check out our reaction to Called It earlier in the show. And our last submission of the night, because Jordan and the homie Ghost below our next submission are also Music Mondays Patreon, so we've already reacted to them earlier in the show as well. Make sure you go check out our reactions to Jordan and Ghost. But like I said, our last but certainly not least submission of the night, the homie Waz, aka Just Waz. Hey man, I'm probably too late, but here's the track out the Lace EP. Would love for you to listen. Will be tuned in? Absolutely, I'm down. No, you are definitely not too late. So officially, submissions don't close until the show is live. You always have about like a couple hours before the show starts, or 6 or so plus days. But yeah, plenty of time. Absolutely. But again, Waz being a very, 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 very talented hip hop artist, just came through with Over Ice. And Pra Just Waz, actually. Shout out fucking Pra Just Waz. Holy shit. But yeah, we haven't heard from Waz in 2026 yet, so I'm down. I'm absolutely down. Waz being a Music Mondays veteran at this point, basically, has came through, like I said, with Over Ice. 10 days ago, and we got a little feature on here and everything. Okay, shit. Okay. All right, I'm down. Let's get into it. Waz, Over Ice, featuring the homie Josh. Let's go.
Yeah, scoop a little in fruit juice and gin. So much bad that I did, I'm trying to pinpoint the sin. Bullseyes with the dart is in. Paths of glory, I've been carving it. And know the round just getting started. I would sound the alarm, looking out the window. All my dreams in the yard. Busy chasing tabs and cards I left at the bar. Why the hell am I always taking it too far?
Oh, shit.
Time is ticking, getting older wisdom. Blurry vision, optometrist on the second. But what's the benefits? Important questions, the answers don't come in seconds. Your body's a temple, not a tempest. Anxious, see others' eyes in anguish. Now how are they okay with this? SMH and it. TBH, I hate the internet.
Oh,
Hope
shit.
it crash. Will I be forced to adapt? AI descriptions not apt. Cobblestone streets, the beauty's not exact. I was walking slow, exhaling sap. Greenwich Village with the Yankee cap. Backpack on and a camera strap. Instead of all this denial, man, let's just laugh. Different frequencies than the past, but life's too short to break the dial. I love you so much, I know you too well. The real prevails, it's in the style. I can smile. Scoop a little in fruit juice and gin. So much bad that I did, I'm trying to pinpoint the sin. Bullseyes with the dart is in. Paths of glory, I've been carving it. And know the round just getting started. I would sound the alarm, looking out the window. All my dreams in the yard. Busy chasing tabs and cards I left at the bar. Why the hell am I always taking it too far?
Why I take it too far? Ash trails out the window of my car. Past fails got me living large, living out these scars. I be dealing with these thoughts. Wazzy and I looking like Pippen and Jordan when we ball. Stay tipping like a job. Stay hitting on these moms at the ball. Stay calm, stay sipping with my dogs. Napalm when I start the spitting just because. Go hard or go home. Like the ET, homegrown then phone home. I'm in the zone, no screens, no TV, no phone. I roam Brooklyn and Queens. I'm dolo, got boatloads on my mind, got steam to let go. Shit feel like it's getting worse every year, like retros. Prove them nicer than myself, and now the rest know. We out to the bar, Wazzy. Let's go.
Wow.
I'm in the Volvo swerving. Oh no.
Scoop a little in fruit
Josh killed
juice
that.
and gin. So much bad that I did, I'm trying to pinpoint the sin. Bullseyes with the dart is in. Paths of glory, I've been carving it. Another round just getting started. I would sound the alarm, looking out the window. All my dreams in the yard. Busy chasing tabs and cards I left at the bar. Belligerent, why am I always taking it too far?
Wow. That was fantastic. What a great submission to come back to, man. And what a great way to start off 2026. That was fucking fantastic. Shout out to the homie Waz, man. That was awesome. Let's see here. So we're going to talk about three things. We're going to talk about the instrumental. We're going to talk about vocals. We're going to talk about the overall theme of Over Ice. Instrumental project Waz. I don't think we've heard Waz on production before, or maybe we have. It's just been a while. But I do love the instrumental. It does have that good, like, jazzy, soulful sort of vibe to it, right? But the mix is solid. Nothing, like, super clashy to overbearing. Nothing I like, really would tweak out about. Sound selection was great. They both sound great on the instrumental, so nothing that, like, ultimately tweaked me out, but I do enjoy the mix, though. I do enjoy the mix. Shout out Waz on production, man. That's so sick. Good for you. I believe they always have produced, but it's just been a while since we heard some Waz production for sure. But, instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. Might be the melody here. I feel like the melody's up there. The drums are up there too, but I think the melody is kind of going to take the cake here. For sure. So, instrumental solid. Definitely the melody. 100%. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix for both Josh and Waz. Fantastic. You know what I mean? Fantastic. It's very rare that we have a iffy Waz kind of mix, but this one is just a fucking, knocked it right out of the park. 100%. Crisp, clean, clear. Straight to the point. Again, vocals sit nice on the instrumental. Drums cut through nicely. The verses transition well. So nothing that really kind of like bugged me out here at all. You know what I mean? So I do enjoy the vocal mix. Absolutely. Levels were good. Quality was good as well. Vocal Shining Star. Man, I do want to say flow and cadence and delivery for both of them, but I feel like they both wrote their ass off on this too. You know what I mean? Like they both really wrote their ass off. So I think we're gonna go writing and lyrics on this one for sure. Because Waz just absolutely slid on this. Another fantastic fucking writer that we've reacted to here on Music Mondays. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the writing and lyrics. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. I love the IRL photos, especially for like a single, man. Because like I always tell you guys, you can get whatever art you want, or if you're gonna use like an IRL photo, they always come out well. You know what I mean? Especially for like small singles like this. You know, so aesthetics definitely on point. It definitely captures the like winter vibe that is going on right now. So aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme over ice, a little bit of a nod to the bar party life as well, but also Waz talks a lot of serious shit here. So does Josh. So it's almost like a round table sort of feeling. You know, I feel like everybody's just kind of, you know, talking about life in its current state, but also almost like a good weekend kind of vibe. You know, I feel like they really nailed that weekend, Friday night sort of vibe on this one for sure, or even like a Sunday night. You know, but well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Just Waz. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud, just like Music Mondays just did. Now they're only 5 followers away from 520, so make sure you go show them some love on the cloud. And of course, make sure you go follow Waz on Twitter as well. They're approaching 1.1K on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week. Every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good channel. Make sure you go show these artists and show them some love, baby. Let's go. And if you already have, thank you, my friends. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. All right. That does conclude all of our submissions for episode 261 of the Music Mondays podcast. It was a fantastic night back to reactions, man. That was awesome. So let's close it out. Let's give some shout outs. Let's show some love. And let's talk about what's coming over the course of this week at Music Mondays, my friends. So first off, I want to give a big shout out to the chat. You guys were fucking fantastic tonight. Huge shout out to the homie Ghost, the homie Sam's Raps, the homie Kale, the homie Offspring, and the homie TDG, and anybody else that lurked and chilled, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming through. Like I said, even if you know, you just lurked and chilled, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Huge shout out to everybody that did submit tonight, including our Music Mondays Patreons, man. Huge shout out to the homie LeBerries. Huge shout out to the homie Kale. Huge shout out to TDG, Jordan, and Ghost. You guys are awesome, man. And huge shout out to everybody else that did submit tonight. Once again, you guys are awesome. Huge shout out to the homie Flux, Sam's Raps, LeBerries, Pipsqueak, Most Dope Kimon, Kale, Brayden, Mike Body, A Groovy Mind, Offspring Mysterious, TDG, Homie Waz, Jordan, and Ghost. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you for all of your submissions tonight, per usual. You can find this episode of the Music Mondays podcast on our Patreon tonight into tomorrow. And of course, if you'd like to submit for next week's episode 262, submissions will be live tomorrow, January 27th. So make sure you follow us on social media. Stay up to date at All Music Mondays, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, literally wherever you're at, we're at, man. So make sure you go follow us on your preferred social media. And of course, you can stream this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all that good shit on Thursday. And of course, if you want the YouTube version as well, that is available every single Saturday on our channel. So, per usual, you guys are fucking amazing. Thank you for another wonderful show. Per usual, I stream quite literally 5-6 days a week, so make sure you come through and kick it with the kid. We're always doing speedrunning stuff, getting back into Destiny. We're doing some watch party stuff. We're just chilling on the channel, so make sure you come through and come kick it. And then, of course, we'll be live next week for episode 262 of the Music Mondays podcast, my friends. So, per usual, follow, subscribe below, everything linked below. All my socials, all the good jazz is linked down below. All the Music Mondays socials are linked down below. And of course, like I said, make sure you tune in tomorrow for a regular stream, and then next week for episode 262 of the Music Mondays podcast. All of y'all, take care, be safe. It's your boys, Slayers. This is Music Mondays, and we'll see you next time, baby.